Hey guys, I'm Zach Throne. This is Chris Throne. This is episode dose of Game by Thrones. We have a special guest on today. It's Casey Hanson. But before we get into that, I want to thank you guys for the support on the first episode. We've gotten a lot of great feedback. We almost got to 700 views on YouTube. Hopefully we do within a couple days. We recently got it up on Spotify as well, so all future podcasts should be on Spotify and YouTube, and we're also working on Apple Podcasts as well. Yeah, let's get right into it. Casey Hanson.
Yeah, so we have Casey on today. Just kind of want to go through some of his accomplishments throughout his career. Hasn't finished his career yet with golf and baseball left, but he's had a very successful career in high school. He's a 4-time state dual qualifier in wrestling. His freshman year, he also qualified individually. Sophomore year, he was second-team all-conference in baseball and got third place at the conference golf tournament. Junior year, he was fourth in the individual state wrestling tournament. All-district football, academic all-district football, baseball was first-team all-conference, player of the year, first-team all-district utility, and became the second player in school history to be named all-state baseball, as he was a third-team all-state pitcher. But then also you got to remember last year it didn't have track and golf too, so it would have been, golf, it would have been longer. Senior year, so far, all district in football, second team all state running back, and got fourth again in the individual state wrestling tournament.
And that's with 2 seasons left. He's a very good golfer, very, very good baseball player.
It's not done.
Looking forward to very, very good seasons from him. And today we had an awesome conversation with Casey Hanson. We were expecting it to be around 40 minutes.
Super
fun.
This
is going to be around hour and a half, like the first one.
Listen to it, though.
Casey was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. We were dropping jokes.
Yeah. Easter weekend, play it with some family. It's a good time. So you're going to want to.
I've been thinking about this. Grab your throne and listen to Game by Thrones.
Oh, I like it.
All right, episode 2 starting now with Casey Hanson.
Well, welcome to episode 2 of Game by Thrones podcast. We are joined by Casey Hanson here today, multi-sport athlete and current golfer for the Lake Mills Bulldogs. Casey, give us a little background about yourself.
Like, what do you like doing? What are your hobbies besides sports? Doesn't even have to be about sports.
Well, I'm not one of those guys who I don't really count golf as a sport. It's more of a hobby to me. I'm out there after work. I'm out there till the sun goes down, basically, with my buddies. I work, play golf. That's about it. Swim, boat.
I was going to say, you boat quite a bit during the summer.
You fish as well?
Yeah, we do. Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Fish. So I'm not expecting him to call golf a hobby instead of a sport.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It does make sense, though.
No, yeah, it does make sense, yeah.
You can't just go to, the baseball or football field and just go and play by yourself.
I get that.
Golf is.
That's
yeah.
what I mean. It's not like wrestling. I can go out in my backyard and just hit a ball if I want to. I mean, it's a hobby to me.
Right. There's more things you can do individualized by yourself, go out and do. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah.
Senior this year, obviously a weird year to be a senior, and then for the end of your junior year as well. How has school been different just in day-to-day life there?
At school, I mean, now you got to wear masks and stuff, so there's that. But for me, I don't know. It's kind of the same for me. I mean, you just show up, you wear a mask, and nothing's really different other than you're wearing a mask in school. So,
you can go online if you want, right? With Lake Mills.
Yeah, that is different. I haven't gone online yet. I was supposed to sort of when I was quarantined because my parents. I only made it to a few classes, so but
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be able to be very productive if that was ever an option when I was in school. I think that would have been do the absolute bare minimum to get it done and then go watch some TV or something.
Well, yeah, it's the worst, during class. Because I have a couple teachers at Waldorf that are okay with it. Some of them, they're not okay with it, so I go to every class of theirs. But the ones that allow it, I'll just turn on Zoom and I don't pay attention really at all. No. I'm not going to lie.
Because you don't have to turn your camera on.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's really hard.
To mute it, nobody hears nothing, and you just get the basic information, and you're good.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, honestly, I just turned this on, muted myself, and watched TV.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I can't blame you. It's definitely a different world, but
Yeah.
you're getting through it and almost done. It's gone really fast.
Yep.
It really has. Oh,
Hopefully.
jeez. I think you'll be all right.
But yeah, so with at least, so we talked about the sports side. With wrestling, obviously that's a very contact, touch-on-touch sport. A lot of infections that usually go around even just during a regular wrestling
Right.
season. How is that even a little bit different with COVID and all that stuff in terms of sanitizing? I know coaches usually have to clean the mats even in a normal year. Was there like more emphasis on that this year?
Yeah. So, like, honestly, we never got out by COVID unless it was the first week we had 2 kids out, Brett and Alex Beatty, Brett Peterson, and that was it. We had nobody else out for COVID. Yeah, during practice, like, we'd try and switch around partners and stuff, like, just so we weren't by each other for like more than 15 minutes, just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case somebody like did get it and were quarantined, we wouldn't take out like 3/4 the team.
Because the guideline
So-
was you had to be exposed,
For-
unmasked
Yeah.
for 15 straight
yeah,
minutes.
Yeah, and that's even changed now. But like you said at the beginning, that was the case, and
Yep.
that's just it's so weird to think about now. Like, hopefully next school year, and you'll be done. But like, hopefully the kids that are still there will be back to essentially
Usual,
normal.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sticking on the line with wrestling, as a team, you guys have gone to duels 6 years in a row, correct?
Yes.
So you have been at all 4 in your high school career. What is that experience like? I've never attended state duels. Obviously, I've watched them and followed you guys, but what is that like going down there as a team?
It gets better and better every year. Like, I know, like, you get used to it, but coming into my senior year, like, I knew that we were gonna have a good team, and like, I didn't know if we were like state dual quality or not. And so, like, when we did make it, I was just excited. Like, I got to be one of the classes that was going to state duels all 4 years. So
That is a very, very unique and thing. I doubt really in many sports besides maybe track that happens.
Yeah, and I mean,
Like maybe not as a team, but
Even-
just as an event or a relay.
yeah. That's not necessarily your whole team making it.
No,
like
exactly.
wrestling,
That's very, very obviously a big accomplishment for not only the kids but the program in general.
I mean,
yeah,
Brandon
and
Bird.
it's just fun to go down there and usually we spend the night down there. It's fun to go down there and spend the night with everybody and on the team, and then wake up and go wrestle. Usually the last meet for most of us in the year.
Right. Yeah, it's the last team meet. I know you guys had a decent amount go to individual state too, but like you said, for over half the team, that's it for the year.
The duels are Wednesday, and then individual is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you guys wrestle 3 duels, no matter what, right? For state duels,
Yeah. Yep.
3 duels. That's
Yeah, because you wrestle for true 1 through 8th place.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, and then if you go to individual,
that's a lot of days
depending
of wrestling.
what you
It's a
do.
lot of
So how many matches? Let's go through that right now. How many matches did you wrestle that Wednesday through your final individual match?
So I had 3 at state duels. Thursday I had 1, so that's 4. Friday I had 2, and then so that's 6, and then Saturday I had 2, so 8.
So 8 and
8 matches in 4 days.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I think my junior year actually I had 9 matches because I had 3 on Wednesday and I lost first round on Thursday. Yeah, so I had to like wrestle my way all the way back for 4th place my junior year.
And even then, like going on the loser side and you got to battle your way back, like that's still got to take a toll on you too, as well as just wrestling so many matches.
And not even just physically, mentally. I mean, you know,
Any
you've
match
already
could be the last one.
You've already banked your one loss. Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I know you don't want to lose, but like you have that loss to work with, if you want to put it that way. And if you lose it right away, then mentally you got to be strong. Yeah, no, that's awesome. What is a typical Brandenburg wrestling practice?
And I put in parentheses, remember you're a senior, so you can talk or you can say whatever
He can't do
you want.
anything to you
He can't
now.
punish you. He can't do anything. And obviously that's a joke.
I'm still his TA.
Oh, so
Okay.
What is he gonna make you do? Print hundreds of copies
Grade
one
more
day?
papers?
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
probably. No, but we usually get there, and it's only been a few times that like people have been screwing around before practice, or like something stupid like that, and we have to run sprints. But like other than that, it's usually we just warm up, couple warm up laps, some cartwheel stretches and whatnot. And then we move into like drilling. We get drill partners. We usually drill for, oh my gosh, I don't know. I usually don't look at the clock. I try and wait as long as I can to look at the clock and see what time I can get to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we usually drill. We move into some live wrestling, and some like this year a lot towards the end we did a lot of mixed practices. So we would drill like 1 or 2 moves, then we'd wrestle live, and then we'd drill a few moves again. And then after all that, we'd get some conditioning in.
What is, and maybe you don't know the answer to this question, but obviously the room is kept warmer during season.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is there a set degree that he likes it at?
I was thinking the exact same question.
So the thermostat in there is actually broken. So
Nice.
So I would have to go in like second hour. If I wanted the room hot, I'd have to go in first or second hour and turn the heat on. But sometimes, like before a meet, if everybody kind of was at a good weight, I would usually wait until we washed the mats, either 4th or 5th hour, to turn the heat on. But there is like a temperature thing in there, and there were a few days it was up to 86, 87.
My
But
Lord.
Yeah, usually it's between 80 and 85 somewhere.
And
around
that is a low to mid 80s with no breeze because
There's
you're
no air
indoors.
movement, yeah, and you're right next to people.
And you're adding people in a room. Yeah, that's tough.
Did you have to cut this year? Were you cutting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cut like 20 pounds, just shy of 20.
So like,
From where?
yeah.
80 to 60.
So I think one of the most, I mean, not even underrated. It's a small part, but like in basketball practice, Minky can tell us, "Hey, go get a drink," stuff like that. Like,
True.
if you're cutting weight, you probably don't get water really during practice.
How much does water affect you? I know there's the water weight and having friends that wrestled, but I don't know truly how big a deal it is.
So during practice, like there were a few meets that I knew that I was a little overweight and I had to cut some weight. That whole week, it sounds disgusting, but I'd literally take a drink, wet my mouth, like swish it around, and spit it into the garbage.
Oh,
that's tough.
Boy.
So just then you can get a little taste of it, but you didn't actually get the weight.
Your mouth's not dry.
Yeah, and so like there were a few meets like that. So like for a week it sucked, but other than that, most of the time I'd come home and a pound or two of water, and then maybe like a granola bar or a burger or something like that. Something it's gonna make me have some energy for the next few days. But
Yeah, no, that's smart. There was one time, and I won't name the person, but I was told my senior year or junior year, they were on a way to a meet on a Saturday, and I believe the heavyweight was right at weight, whatever it was.
285.
And he had one of those like gallon Gatorades from Casey's. Drank the whole thing before they got there, and he was overweight.
Yeah.
yeah, it happens sometimes. in my 4 years, it's I don't know how many times it's happened, but yeah.
I mean, then there's also the kids that they'll be underweight like the day before a meet, and they'll show up and they'll be overweight, and they'll be like, "All I had was an apple and a water.
Yeah.
How'd I gain 4 pounds?"
You would be surprised how many times that actually happens. And Brandenburg's like, "Are you kidding me? Like that? You would not just have an apple. Like, how big was your apple?"
Exactly. Like, you really think you're not going to gain 4 pounds from an apple and a water? Don't even try to pull that on Brandenburg.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a smart dude. That's not
No,
gonna
yeah,
work.
that's not going to work.
Like, just
Yeah,
admit
no.
it.
Just
That's
admit you
funny,
had a
though.
freaking full meal the night before.
That's some stories like not wrestling that we don't get to be a part of. Those
And
are funny.
Also, with just eating and wrestling, and with COVID this year, I know in years past, like, guys used to eat in the auditorium. Would guys eat in the auditorium for wrestling?
Yeah, sometimes they'd eat in like the auditorium. Sometimes we kind of got kicked out of the locker room.
Yeah.
That was kind of weird though, anyways, because people were always changing and weighing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of that was weird, anyways. We got kicked out of there up into the auditorium. Yeah. So most of us ate in the auditorium, but sometimes in the people that weren't really cutting weight were in the lunchroom.
And that's just like
Okay.
so then they can seclude themselves so they're not eating a ton of food and they're with people that are also cutting.
During wrestling season, I don't know if I ate 1 or 2 like actual lunches during the school day.
Yeah.
Like I literally throughout the day I'd have a drink of water.
That's
I mean, I'm a big guy. I've always been a big guy. I don't know if I could do that. I mean, when the Healthy Kids Act first came in, it felt like it. But golly, those tiniest lunches ever. Tiniest lunches ever. Like, I don't even know. Before we could get like 2 peanut butter sandwiches and
You can get like as many as you wanted when I was in school.
really,
You get like 4.
well, yeah, you guys could go back and get seconds.
Yeah.
We would only
Yeah.
get 1 and
Well, there was one time
Yeah.
I subbed and chicken patties, were one of the favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even get a bun.
no bun, just
No
the patty.
bun, just the patty.
Literally a chicken patty.
Like a chicken steak.
Gotcha.
And no sauce.
But you guys could did you guys have Crispitos back in the day?
Yep.
I mean, could you guys go back and get more?
Yeah.
Or like pizza?
You just
Like, we
had to
couldn't.
you just had to eat and then go back in line to get more. You
yeah,
wouldn't
no,
get it right
we
away.
couldn't do that.
Yeah. No,
I don't know when they changed that.
the golden age of high school lunches.
Yeah,
You missed it.
Probably would have been 300 pounds in high school instead of college.
Screw Waldorf. You'd been in Iowa.
5'11",
Okay, maybe not.
with like 5'9" arms.
Yeah.
Anyway, so our next question. Last year, obviously that's when COVID hit during the spring and everything got canceled.
Yeah.
Do you remember where you were or how the news broke to you that the
great
that the golf season was not going to happen?
So I don't know where I was when they told us like the golf season was over.
Yep.
But literally the day that we got the call that school was like indefinitely canceled, I was at the school at our spring show for chorus.
Okay.
We had like a dress rehearsal that day. It was like a Sunday or a Saturday or something. It was like 6:00 and we're sitting there and she gets a call and we're all like, what's going on? Like she comes in, she's like telling everybody. She said like we're canceling school and like me and my buddies, we just flipped out. We're like, let's go.
I mean, that is warranted just because like that doesn't happen.
I mean, it was just like a
When
bunch
you
of
get pumped
yeah.
for a snow day.
like a bunch of snow days back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was because I remember, I mean, just as teachers, like we'd talk and we figured sometime that next week, like later that next week it happened. And like, so when we left that Friday, we thought we were coming back and we never did.
Yeah.
We had our spring break during last year's state basketball. So, yeah, we went down there, and that's kind of when everything went down.
That's when it all started because the state title game,
They limited
the fans.
So then the
Yeah.
next week, they extended our spring break to try to like figure out a plan.
That's
and we're
right.
like, okay. And then during that extended week, they said, hey, we're online the rest of the semester.
And then, you have to do Senior Expo this year. They got out of it last year, didn't they?
They did get out of it last year.
They did.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing your Senior Expo on?
Yeah.
Wrestling. It's an easy topic.
Yeah. I mean, you can talk a lot. Talk about really the history. You can talk about technique and stuff like that.
I don't know if I've watched one.
Different
wrestling.
types. Slade.
Maybe
you go to Slade's. Slade's is about wrestling.
Maybe Royce did too.
Royce did.
I don't remember.
To explain kind of Senior Expo to our non-Lake Mills viewers, it's a senior project. What's the time limit? Like 10 to 15 minutes?
I thought it was 7 to 15.
7 to 15.
7 to 15 minute presentation over anything you really want that the school approves, and you present it to the community. There's a whole night where everybody's giving their speeches and presentations, and the community can come out and watch you, and you basically get yeses or nos from your peers and whoever's rating you.
You very rarely fail it unless you leave out a ton of stuff or
I mean, unless you don't do a lot of stuff or you're like way low on the time.
When I did mine, I was in the chorus room, and I was the last time slot, being T in the alphabetical, so that stunk. So I had to watch 3 hours worth of expos up till mine. But then I forgot my mic off for half of the presentation.
You had it off?
Off.
Yeah.
And nice. Jordan Colby was one of my partners. He looked at me and he goes, "The button." I was like, and to be in my head, I'm like, "Oh no, I'm gonna do this again."
Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you were talking loud enough. I mean, it's not.
It wasn't a big room.
Yeah.
But that scared me because I always heard if you failed it, you had to do it in front of all the teachers.
Yeah, I think that's what I heard too.
I don't know if I've ever watched one do that, but that's not. That would not be fun.
That would not be fun at all.
All right, we kind of sidetracked a tad.
That's okay.
That's just a scare tactic, but I don't know.
It could be, but like we said, it has to. You have to just bomb it.
No, I mean, I got 2 no's on mine.
I don't even remember.
I got 2 no's on my Senior Expo. Everybody gets yeses. I got 2 no's.
They didn't like you.
It was a person in particular. So that's not
probably
the point.
Probably because you complained about school lunches the whole time.
Mine was about football. I wasn't going to talk about school lunches the whole time.
No, just they would hear you and they're like, "I don't like that."
Gosh dang it. All right, next question. We're moving on. So yeah, with golf being canceled last year, looking ahead to this season, and the season's going to happen obviously. Have you guys started practice yet?
Yeah, we started this Monday, I think.
Yeah. How's the team looking? I've heard good things. Golf season's supposed to have high expectations this year.
Yeah, hopefully. We got I think we just found out the starting 6. I think it is Bennett, me, Peyton, Denton, Kinzer, and Garrett Ham. So
4 score.
Yep, 4 score and 6 play though. Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Right. So you just take the top 4
scores.
That is.
It's a good group.
I mean, people are gonna have to carry Bennett, but.
Yeah, Bennett's gonna be weighing down the whole team.
Yeah.
He's gonna love that.
Yeah, I know. We're good
no,
friends
but
with Bennett, so we're just giving him.
If you're, and I don't know who the last one would be, but as a freshman, Garrett Ham.
That's a good. That's 6th guy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good guy.
Yes.
To have.
Yeah. No, that'll be fun. Hopefully you get nice weather. So wasn't it your sophomore year was really bad even later in the season?
Yeah.
Rainy.
We had to cancel the first few meets, and then the first meet we did have was 2 hours south of here. Yeah.
Jeez, man. This isn't on the sheet, but is Rice Lake considered one of the best golf courses in the area? I'm not a golf guy. Chris is more of the golf guy now. Is Rice Lake considered one of the nicest golf courses in the area?
Definitely around the North Iowa area. And I've been to a few courses that Minnesota, a few courses around there. But Rice Lake in peak condition is a nice course for.
It's awesome. Yeah.
A nice course for a small town, and especially around in this area.
Exactly. I mean, you have a group of very dedicated people, working on the course all the time. And
I mean, shout out Bob Berger.
Does
a great job. And all of his workers.
Yep.
I mean, but awesome. Keep it very well maintained. Even looks nice now when it's very early.
Yeah.
How many rounds have you shot already
It's
this
hard
year?
to make it. It's hard to make it look nice when trees are falling left and
Right.
right.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
But it every time I go out there, it still looks good. So.
No, absolutely. And they've done even some improvements from last year, just getting rid of some standing water areas and stuff like that. I mean, just always constantly improving it.
How many rounds have you gotten in on the Rice Lake so far this year?
I usually for practice we play 9 holes. But I've probably gotten in 4 or 5 already.
Yeah.
And it's not been nice out.
No.
It's been horrible.
Today
Very
would be
windy and
terrible.
cold the past couple days.
Today,
Really
the
windy
temperature's
today.
not bad, but the wind, you
Wind
can
is
hear
really
it,
bad.
is terrible.
Yeah.
So we've covered wrestling and golf, which we've kind of wanted to focus on, but you're very successful at every sport you play. Football, baseball as well. What do you think the key to that is for you?
And I want to specify, golf and baseball, two kind of similar sports, very mental. Like if you get in a slump, you got to kind of get out of it. Very technical. And then wrestling and football are similar. It's very physical.
Yep.
It's draining, and you kind of just got to physically dominate the other guy. But you've been so good at both of those two polar opposite styles. How have you been able to do that?
I would honestly say I kind of thought about this when you sent me that question, and I was honestly, my teammates, for wrestling, I've got Elijah Wagner in there who plays 4th, 5th, and 4th his sophomore, junior, and senior year. We wrestled every single day this year, and we just push each other. And in football, I mean, my line up front, I'm the running back, so I mean, I rely on my line to make holes for me, and obviously I do the rest of it, but I couldn't do it without them.
Right.
Baseball, I'm the pitcher, so I mean, it's not I don't know what to say about that, but
That's kind of like golf.
I've been-
You control that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been pitching since I was young, and I do like that part. That's one of the things that I am really good at, and I have worked on since I was really little. I've pitched, so yeah. And golf is the same way.
Jump in with that.
I have two other things.
Okay.
Yeah,
You keep-
I
you
play
keep
with
going.
Bennett all the time.
Yeah.
I play with Bennett all the time. He's one of the best golfers, even out at the club, and so yeah.
You do have some very, very successful teammates in different sports. I mean, you're running behind Caleb in football, Bennett in golf, like you said, your brother in baseball. I mean, the talent in boys sports is insane. And Elijah wrestling, I forgot that one.
Yeah, and he blocked on the line as well.
He did. Elijah was on the line
Very
too.
good defensive player as well. at
Absolutely.
linebacker. I had two thoughts kind of when you were talking there. One, I want to use a quote that my first head coach at Waldorf, Josh Littrell, always used, and it had to do with you wrestling Elijah Wagner every day. He says, competition breeds excellence. When you're battling with somebody every day, that's why he always tries to recruit to replace the starter of the year before. When two guys are battling for a spot, it just makes them go up and up and up, and then eventually one of them ends up being really good.
Yeah.
For sure, me being at 160 and Elijah being at 182, I had to work really hard to even compete with him, just because weight difference. I didn't want to not that he was so much bigger than me, but I didn't want to get underneath him because he most likely would control me when he was on top and stuff. So yeah, it's.
But then on the flip side. Yeah, on the flip side, you have the quickness that probably a 182-pounder wouldn't have. So then then Elijah can work on, facing you're a really strong guy for 160, but maybe a more quick speed guy that you guys are both benefiting from that training process.
Yeah. Yeah, and wrestling is such a stylist, styles just mix and match and stuff like that. And so when you get to see a bunch of different styles, and I wrestle with Brett a lot too, who's just tall and lengthy and has a totally different style than Elijah. Yeah.
And then also, when we're just talking about the mental side of things, we didn't put this on there. I want to make a point to our viewers that when Casey Hanson is playing baseball and he's on the mound,
This is one of my favorite things to watch.
And he is in a groove. Casey Hanson is smiling, laughing, and throwing the ball to himself on the mound, just having fun, which is kind of opposite from what you typically see from a pitcher. They're usually, locked in, straight face. They're just locked in on this thing. But Casey, when he gets rolling, other teams, if you're on a different team and you're listening to this, watch out. If Casey starts smiling and laughing and throwing the ball to himself on the mound, having fun, that's when you're in trouble. And I guess I kind of want to just ask, what's your mindset? I don't know. It's just such a unique thing that not many guys do.
In baseball, that's one thing even if I get a strike, one strike, and I'm in a groove, one strike turns my mood just so different. And if I throw a nasty curve and a kid swings, almost falls over, I just start smiling. I throw the baseball, and between innings and stuff, when the music comes on, I'm dancing around.
Oh, he's dancing and singing.
Does.
Yep.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. I have a lot. It's hard, standing up there by myself. I don't want to stand up there all serious and crap. I just have fun with it.
But it's not like you're not serious at the same time. You are. It's just your own unique way of having fun, competing. I mean, being Casey's coach and in the dugout, when like you said, when the smile comes on,
smirk, the little smile.
There's times I'll call pitches, and if AJ's catching or Dalton and Casey's feeling it, I'll just be like, yeah, just call it.
Yeah, just call the pitch.
Whatever he feels is good.
Yeah.
What is your future plans? That was terrible. What are your future plans?
Yeah.
College wise, you gonna play anything? What are you thinking?
I don't think I am actually gonna play anything. I've kind of thought about that, and I kind of just want to go to Northwest Community College and do their lineman program. Same thing. What Jackson's doing.
I was gonna say, is it the same school?
Selden, Iowa.
And you, what is it Is it a 10-month thing or something? I was talking to Dan Rice about one time.
It's something like that, yeah.
So you get it done less than a year, and you internship, but it's paid from what I've learned. Yeah, I mean, if you like that stuff, it's not a bad gig to have.
No, yeah.
You're not going to pay a whole lot in student loans or anything, so.
You just get in, get out, get the training you need, and then
start making money.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that.
Although I am a little sad that you're not going to continue your baseball career, but hey, do you? I'm going to enjoy. Obviously, I'm going to be going to all the games this year, and I'm going to be running the Twitter account, tweeting and stuff. I look forward to watching you. You hit really well last year, and obviously pitch because you're one of the best pitchers in the area. So I just want to say that before we get into these other stuff.
The only reason I hit very well was because Brady was above me. So hopefully he's doing good again, so I can maybe try and beat him.
So you can't it's that sibling rivalry. You can't be the bad one.
And competition breeds excellence.
Exactly.
Right there.
Exactly. No, it makes sense.
It's bad to say, but that Osage game that it was 3-5 with loaded bases and 2 outs and last inning. And Brady had already struck out 3 times. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, he's got to hit one. He's got to hit one. Mm-hmm. He struck out 3 times. He struck out, twice all year. Yep. And I'm like, he's going to hit it. And I'm standing on second base, and he misses the ball. And a little bit of me was like,
oh, no.
Oh, no.
The little, older brother, your brother just embarrassed himself type thing.
But
Brady –
that was right.
He's going to end the year with more strikeouts, so.
It just wasn't his night. I remember that, and I thought the same thing.
Well, he was hitting over, 500 at that point.
Yeah,
I
was thinking he's going to hit this ball, and it's going to be hard because he hasn't hit one all night. Yep. It just wasn't meant to be that night.
A few of those strikeouts, I mean, I don't want to say they weren't there. His fault, but it was low pitches inside. Yeah, they were
ones you don't want to teach a kid to swing at, but you have to fight off at the same time.
Yeah,
you don't want to leave it up to the ump to call it.
You don't want to leave it up to the ump. And Brady's he's got a picky zone, and usually when he swings, he hits it. And so,
Right.
he doesn't usually have to swing at those pitches. So
Right.
I guess that can take us into one of our other questions that was farther down the line. But, you've had a couple years playing with one of your brothers. That's something that I got to experience in high school, playing with two of my brothers, Taylor and Matt. Talk about that experience.
I did 1 year with Taylor.
You did 1 year with Taylor. Talk about that experience. You literally get to play, it's some of your most fun times in high school, and it's with your brother. Talk about that.
It's great. I mean, most of the sports that we've played together, he's been out of. So we've literally got to play for 2 weeks together. But baseball last year I think was his first full sport or something like that.
Yeah.
Definitely last year. He pushed me personally, hitting wise. He was top of the team, and I just wanted to beat him, so I was up there too. But especially since past years, I've been hitting 200, if that.
Mm-hmm.
And
you had a really good season.
You did.
All of a sudden, I was up at 450 for half the year, and I ended the year I think at 400, 390 or something like that.
What did you and him both homer? What was it at?
Clarion.
Clarion.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't there. I remember hearing about it.
Clarion.
Yeah. Yep. Those.
Brady
Those
hit
were
one
awesome.
first, and then everybody was making fun of me. I didn't even go out there and plan to swing as hard as I could, and I really didn't even swing that hard. But something pissed me off. It was the guy in the booth. The guy in the booth kept yelling strike after every single horrible pitch. And so when I hit my home run, I'm coming around third. I literally just stared him down the whole time. And their whole fans were yeah, it was, yeah.
That was, yeah. That was a fun game. But then that night had that big storm on the way home, too. We never get a game in there. Every time we go, Taylor was in school. I mean, his senior year, we went, and we never even started the game.
Did we play the JV game? I remember we were delayed for the longest. And then
I feel like we played an inning, maybe.
Yeah, it was something weird.
Yeah, just not good luck going to Clarion. Well, unless you're the Hanson boys.
Yeah, and to kind of keep going with the Hanson brother thing, Casey, very outgoing, extrovert. He's talking, he's having fun. Brady, pretty opposite. He keeps to himself.
He has opened up a little this year.
Yeah, he has. He has more.
But yes.
He usually keeps to himself. He does his own thing.
He definitely opens up during sports practice and stuff like that when he's around friends and coaches and stuff. But in school, yeah, he walks around all quiet.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You ever just see him in the hallway and give him a little shoulder or something?
Older
brother. Let him know that you're here.
Let him know you're still on top. That he's still the young one.
I don't usually see him, but actually just the other day, I was walking in the hall out of the shop room, and I saw him down the hall just sitting on his phone during PE, and I yelled at him and let him have it. And,
oh yeah, so older brothers
have to.
You got to stay.
You have to
stay on top of the little brother.
Yes, exactly. All right, focus on wrestling and golf. Who is the best wrestler or golfer that you have faced?
Let's do
one of each.
Let's do one of
wrestling,
each.
Wrestler, and golfer.
You can even name multiple of each if you want.
So the best wrestler that I've faced got second at state this year, Cale Frost.
I've heard the name.
I figured that was it.
In the semis, I was so deep on so many shots in that match. I should have beat him 8-4 or 8-2 for all that matters. But every time I got into a shot, he was so long that he reached through, grabbed my ankle, and I couldn't move.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just so good at defense that it didn't matter what shot I took, he was stopping it. It was one of the toughest matches that one of the most frustrating matches for me because there was literally nothing I could do to get points on him.
I wish we could somehow delve into that more, but we're not really wrestling guys.
And I watched it, but I kind of felt the same thing. But first of all, when he walked out there, you're right. I was like,
Oh yeah,
this kid wrestles. He's tall.
He's a head taller than me. Yeah.
Yeah, but you like you said, you looked like you were wrestling well. He wouldn't let you do anything.
What did the match end up being?
I don't know.
Was it close? I can't even.
It was only like 1 or 2 points, wasn't it?
I thought it was like 7-3 or something like that.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe got like a late takedown or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something like that.
There's something I've always wondered just watching and never being in wrestling. Is there a point at the end, especially when it's strictly individual and you can't lose like team points, is there a time where you're like, nothing's working, I'm just going to try something crazy, wild?
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. So like, man, I don't really know because I've never been like in that situation, like in a state tournament or like in a tournament on the weekend that doesn't like count towards team points or whatnot.
Right.
Like I've usually been the guy who's leading at the end of the match, like trying to like hold my person, just hold them there and try and waste out the last 2 minutes without getting too tired. But like I don't think I've had a point in my 4 years where I've like just come up with something out of nowhere, like, and just tried to take a guy down. But,
like, I'm thinking, like, if I and you're right, it's more of a situation like where you're down big at the end, and the only way you win is a pin. Like, you ever just like somebody just, I'm just gonna try to bull rush this guy and see what happens. Like, I've thought about that.
There's definitely been some stupid stuff that I've done, like when I'm up and I have to try and like come back from, but I don't think I ever came back from it. Like,
gotcha.
I've done some pretty stupid, like I've taken dumb shots when I'm up by like 2 points or 1 point with like a minute left, and then I end up losing. But
gotcha. Okay.
And I feel like also at the end of a match, if you're getting dominated, you're probably also like dead tired.
True.
So you got to have enough
that
energy
is true.
to be able to try to.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. That does make sense.
You mentioned a bull rush. This is just a on the spot question. Against West Fork in football this year, I have one of your guys' huddle accounts, so I was able to watch the game. You played some nose tackle, and you were eating them alive.
Yeah.
You're like 180 pounds, 5'8".
Yeah. Well,
they could block you.
A lot of their linemen were like big and slow, and so literally all I had to do was like watch the ball, and I'm right next to the ball. It's not, if I jumped, that's 100% on me because I'm literally staring at the ball the whole time, and like as soon as the ball got snapped, I was just like, I was in there.
And
that was
honestly,
awesome.
watching him a little bit gave me a little bit of PTSD. There was my sophomore year, we were 3-6, and we made the playoffs because 4 teams in each district made it. We played Southwind, number 2 team in the state, and they had a nose tackle that wrestled 145 and made it to state, but he was like 160, 165 during football.
Yeah.
The man was first team all-state nose tackle, and I gave up 7 tackles for loss to him, bro. He was a monster. And, like, just watching Casey on film, I was like, oh, yeah, that's awful.
Do you eventually just, like, take the flag and tackle the guy at some point? Or?
He was lined up on me in a zero tech every single time, and I feel like he was just picking a way to go each time, and I was pretty much big on big. Like, I just had to try to stay with him and block him, and it was awful. Like, I remember Chuck. Chuck still talks about it. I let Chuck get lit up one play. It was awful.
So you made him quit football.
That was the next year.
Oh, okay.
Anyways.
Sorry, Charlie.
I remember Andy Stencher was talking to me at halftime. He's like, telling me like what he's doing. I'm like, I can't block him. I don't know what to tell you. I just can't block him.
So essentially, he didn't have like there wasn't like a certain time he'd go one way. He just kind of.
That's what I felt. And I tried to get my hands on him, and he was really good at like ripping through. And obviously, I was a sophomore. I didn't really know much about O-line at that point, and I didn't really know how to combat that. And I weighed like 230. But when I watched you against West Fork, that's like the vibes that I got, and I'm like, West Fork, they were a really good football team, and you dominated them.
that was some of the funnest like defensive moments I've had on during football was being nose tackle for that week.
And you played nose tackle like in middle school too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, just a little just bulldog in there, just can't be blocked.
Yeah.
See what you did there.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
Good work.
that was totally intentional on my part.
Golfer. And we don't
Oh,
know
yeah,
much
best
about
golfer.
golf, like opposing golfers.
Yeah, I've only heard a couple names here and there.
I don't know if like I've faced like a really tough opponent in golf, but like Bennett for sure. Like, cause like he can still win the meets that I'm at. Like everybody's score goes together.
Yep.
So I would say like honestly, like if I treat Bennett as like an opponent, he's definitely one of the best that I've ever played against.
That's an interesting way to look at it. Like, I mean, yeah, you guys are both competing to try to win, so technically
But
you guys are competitors.
both of you being better helps the team.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I'm awful at golf. I'm absolutely terrible. Chris is getting into it. He got into it last summer.
Okay, Casey joined us for a couple holes, and I was hitting it really well, and then Casey showed up, and I hit a friggin' pop-up to third base like 3 times. It was terrible.
My first
Yeah.
ever hit went straight, literally. So I have the video right here. So, I'm swinging this way. My ball went straight that way. My first ever ball. I almost killed Slates of Fuentes. Slate's probably listened to this.
It was not
Awful.
pretty.
And golf's just not my thing. I don't know.
It
Yeah.
takes
It's
a while.
so technical. Like,
Yeah.
in baseball,
It's definitely a hard sport to like. I mean, you can be 80 years old and doing it, and like even those guys haven't figured it out yet. So like, it's one of those things that you can do forever.
it's like so weird because in baseball, I was a guy that basically never struck out. Like I always put the bat to the ball.
To be fair, you did put the club on the ball.
I did put the club on the ball,
didn't
but
go
not
the right way.
accurately. Like
So
it's so
that wasn't your
technical.
point.
Like you have to be so exact.
No, yeah.
Like it's one of
yeah.
those things you watch a golfer on TV, you're like, okay, cool. Like, and then you have to try to do it yourself. You're like, holy
But now watching
crap.
golf and like watching those guys
It
play,
does make you appreciate it more.
how
good they
insane
are.
that is.
Yeah, watching golf is actually like you would think it's kind of boring, but like watching a guy that's that good it's just cool. Like yeah.
It is. See some of the flight paths, how they get around trees and up and over, and it's wild.
And before we get into the more of the rapid fire questions, can you tell us why you're in the garage? It's kind of just like an awkward spot. Why are you in the garage, Casey?
I was in my house and I tried to tell my sister just to shut up because I got to do this. She wouldn't listen to me. She actually turned the TV up a little bit. So I came out.
That's a Kristen move.
That's a Kristen move.
Yes.
Totally.
So I came out here by myself. So yeah.
Yeah, Casey told us that before we started recording, so I had to make sure
We had to get it in there.
to get that question. So
That's just little sisters, though. Like
they try to just make our lives.
they
just
do.
a little
They
bit
do.
worse.
It's Drake and Josh.
It's Megan.
Megan.
But if you're a Drake and Josh fan, you get that. But the next question on the rapid fire is, what is the best team you have played on in your team at LM? And that you can take it one or two ways. What was the most fun you had playing with a team, or who was just purely the best?
I would say like one of my golf teams because like with Lyle, it's so fun being out there. He makes golf fun. Like he's not like serious about it, but he's serious when he needs to be. Like,
Right.
but one of the best and fun teams I've ever been on was like my freshman year wrestling. We got third at state, and that one just stands out to me because like there were so many upset matches that we had even throughout that whole day. I mean, Alex Martinson's last match ever, he tossed Kobe Sebring, who ended up winning a state title in the next 3 days.
I remember hearing about that. That was nuts.
I vaguely
Yeah.
remember it now. It would.
No, and the best part about it was he tossed him and pinned him, and that locked up third place for us.
For the duel,
That's
yeah.
sweet.
No, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
sweet.
Shout out Alex Martinson. That's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Absolutely.
yeah. He was all-state football player at Lake Mills, and
That was great.
yeah, that's what a way to go out though. Like that's
You
literally your
can't-
last
you can't
match ever,
make it any better. I mean,
and it helped the team too.
out of winning a individual state title
yeah,
Yeah,
or a team
literally,
title. But
literally my last 4 years, I've lost every single last match.
of the season.
Like to get fourth, my junior and senior year, I had to lose for fourth place.
Yep.
So both
True.
of those I've lost. Junior year, I got fourth at districts. I had a loaded districts that year, so I lost my last match there. I guess I don't know how state duels went that year. I probably lost. I didn't do very good at state duels. Freshman year, I went 0-2 at the state tournament. Yeah, I've
0-2
lost
barbecue.
like every.
0-2 barbecue.
Yeah.
That's one of the best sayings, I think, just in sports.
Where did that even come from?
I don't know, but I like it. 0-2 barbecue.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's
It's just a good saying. Next question. What would you say? And we've touched on this a little bit already, but what would you say is your best quality as an athlete? If you had to pick just one component of your either mental makeup or physical makeup, like what would it be? What makes you such a great athlete?
I would say like the mental standpoint, like not that I'm like crazy inside, but like I make everything fun. Like I don't get bored of going out and golfing every day. I don't get bored of like throwing one more pitch or taking one more takedown. Like I make fun of like every single thing I do. So I don't ever get bored like doing that stuff.
Yeah, no, that's
What would you
absolutely
call
goes
that?
into it.
Like just making fun of everything you do. I don't even know what the word would be. I think it speaks to your motor because I feel like it's
Motor, a
you're
little
never
bit.
stopping. You're
Yeah.
always wanting more because it's
Yeah.
fun
Yeah,
for
because
you.
I was gonna say drive, so that's kind of the same thing there.
Yeah, drive is a good
Yeah,
word.
no, I don't like. I could even go to like the school and shoot baskets and make fun of it. Like I couldn't get bored doing something
It's
like
just because you're
fun
doing
like that.
something, like literally doing something.
Yeah,
And trying to accomplish something.
Yeah. Okay.
and I would rather go play basketball than sit on my couch and watch TV or play on my phone. Like
I've
that's-
seen you shoot
and
before.
I don't hate basketball, but like yeah.
8th grade
You're-
basketball. Casey was solid.
Yeah, like I'm not like Casey was not a bad basketball player.
No, not at all.
Is it a little bit of a jumper? A little flick? A little flick of the wrist?
Yeah.
Yes, I know. I remember how he used to shoot. Yeah. All right. Switching
Yeah.
topics. Favorite class in school.
This should be a good one. I want to hear your answer on this.
Yeah, like a real class, I would
Lunch
say
does
either,
not count.
Yeah, dude, that's not even funny. I didn't try and say that on my last interview. It literally just slipped out.
Oh
But like my favorite real class would probably be like English or government. Just because like in government, we
Interesting.
talk so much about like things that you would never think of, like
True.
that happen on the political side of things. And then like English with Ham, like we just every time I'd go in there, we'd talk for 10, 15 minutes and like just about stuff that went on. And it was, yeah.
And that's interesting because those are considered two of the harder classes at
True.
Lake Mills.
Yeah,
government
I mean-
with
It's-
Jim Beamer.
It's probably
Yep.
just me trying to like have fun again, but like
Yeah, I mean that's a really, really good quality to have that will help you for the rest of your life. Like that's an amazing
Absolutely.
quality.
Absolutely.
And Ham's English was considered tough too. I really liked Mrs. Ham.
I do too. It was not easy.
Was not easy.
But those are also, like you said, two classes where just having general class conversation is kind of a normal thing, which
Oh, yeah.
I enjoy more than.
Yeah.
Just
I
a
mean,
lecture
I
the
don't want
whole
to put
time.
down math or anything, but like, there's no real.
There's no like back and
No,
forth.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can't have a daily conversation about math. Like
And still be productive.
Yeah.
yeah.
And you can't have like a differing opinion on math. Like, oh, I think 2
Well,
plus
I
2
actually
is
think it's 5, yeah.
So it's like, no, it's not.
Well, you're wrong.
But you can talk about a topic in either English or
Correct.
government and have a back and forth.
You can debate
and
it.
talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next question. This you can say no comment if you want, but who is your favorite teammate that you've had? And it doesn't have to be the best in ability, just someone you have really enjoyed competing alongside. And you can name multiple guys. It doesn't have to be one. We don't want to put you on the spot and have to pick one. But
I kind of thought about this again when you sent me those texts. I was like thinking, and I'm like, Caleb Bacon. Like during football, like you would think that a play's over and the kid's got a touchdown, and Caleb, you look over and Caleb's coming out of nowhere, and he just wipes some kid out. And like it's one of those things that hypes the whole team up. Even though the kid got 10, 15-yard run, Caleb literally just knocked that kid in the next week, and like everybody's bouncing around having fun again. So
is that a Little Giants reference? Is that where it comes from? Knocked him into next week.
I think it's in that
knocked
movie.
him into
I think
next
so.
week.
You
I think
knock
so.
him back into, what was it? Zoltek gets all the way back to second grade or something.
Yes,
Did I
yeah.
pass the spelling test, Mrs. Freely? That's
How
an
did
older
you remember
movie.
the teacher's name?
It
Oh
sounds
my
right. I don't know.
Lord.
It might not be right. But Caleb Bacon in football, I've told this when people ask me, is Caleb Bacon, is he legit? And I say, it's like, when you're watching somebody bat and it just sounds different coming off their bat, and you know that they've got a ton of
Yes.
power. Caleb Bacon, he looks like he's about to make just a generic tackle, and it's just a pop.
It's a
like
different
it is
sound.
loud, and I've
Yeah.
been there a couple times for him, and the whole stadium can hear it. And I'm like, that looked like a regular tackle, and he just lit him up.
The one, I don't remember who it was. It might have been West Fork, where he leveled the kid on the kickoff. It was down in the end where all of us dads with kids stand, Cole, Single, and all them. And we weren't really even paying attention. Like, we knew the kickoff was happening. All of a sudden, we heard the pop, and we're like, oh, my.
And
Yeah.
that's like a thing as a teammate. You're like, that guy's on my team. Like,
Yes.
that makes you
Yeah.
feel awesome, and then you
Yes.
want to go and do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
He's definitely a great answer, and another kind of leads into the next one. Another great athlete. Do you realize how awesome your class for boys is in terms of athletics? Like
Yeah.
you, Caleb, Elijah, and Deshaun, like, and that's just the four we think of. Like,
The accolades are
yeah,
huge.
It's
from those
insane.
just four.
absolutely insane.
It's crazy. Like, I mean, Caleb's going to be D1 at Iowa State, I believe. Yeah, I mean, Elijah, he's a 3-time state place winner, first 4-time qualifier, and
All-state football.
All-state football as well.
Deshaun, all-state football. Deshaun, I don't know about basketball, but did he not break like some?
He got first team All-state.
He was first team All-State, and he was
Okay.
Conference Player of the Year last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's
Second leading scorer?
set well, as we touched last
Okay,
week
yeah.
with Kyle. Yeah, that's just because Kyle held him
Kyle
out.
held him back.
Yep.
He didn't play in fourth quarters.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. No, you're
One of the best scorers in school history. And Caleb Bacon, obviously, third team All-State basketball, probably will make it to state and track and something.
I'll say all of you are good in the spring sport. Does Elijah run track?
No, he doesn't.
No.
He doesn't do. I don't. Yeah.
A spring sport.
He doesn't do
I'll say so. The ones of you that are in spring sports are good. Like
Yeah.
Deshaun's in track. He's fast.
Yep.
And obviously we didn't get to see the last. It's weird to think about. The last time we saw like you golf for Lake Mills or the track kids was your sophomore year,
I know.
and how much more athletic you guys have gotten. We didn't get that to see, especially like the track team and some of the guys that run, and then you guys in golf. It's just weird to think about.
And I want to interject with the names we've been talking about. We plan on having probably each one of these guys on at some point.
Yeah.
Elijah, Bennett, Caleb, Deshaun. We plan on having those guys on in the future. So make sure you guys are looking out for that. And as we just continue this interview here, I think I'm going to have to answer, or I'm going to have to ask this question because it'd be a little awkward if you did. How's your experience been playing for Coach Throne? So for the viewers that don't know, Chris, he's the Lake Mills head baseball coach. And obviously Casey's been playing baseball, for a few years under Chris. How's that experience been? And you can be honest. You can roast him. You can, I don't know. You still have another year with him, though,
great.
so you better watch out.
Yeah, I know. We still got this summer. It's great. I mean, he's a younger coach, so it's not like, I mean, we got Louis there too, but it's not like we're like talking to some 50-year-old about baseball who's trying to like show us all the old ways they used to do things. Like he literally graduated not that long ago, so like he knows how to play the sport, and he's one of the best in the. He was the first you were the first all-state baseball player for Lake Mills, right?
Yeah, and you congratulated me like 6 months ago.
On the text. So, can we say that text conversation? Can we say it?
So, okay. Casey, I congratulated him. He's the second all-state baseball player in school history. And, of course, I wasn't going to say who the first one was.
Yeah,
that would just be weird.
Chris mentioned that in the text. Casey, you're the second, all-stater in baseball in school history.
And Mason Fritz believes it was Wyatt that asked who was the first. Well, once again, I'm not going to say myself.
Yeah.
And Mason goes, "You're a coach." Casey's like, "Oh, congratulations to you too."
Congrats. 10 years later after it happened.
That was awesome. No, same goes to you. Like one of the best players I've coached talent wise, and we just have fun. Like obviously
definitely.
we want to be serious and win, but like there has to be a fun side to it. But yeah, no, thank you. It's been great.
The one thing though, Zach, he doesn't let us have music on when we practice sometimes.
Whoa, okay.
I have heard one thing. I have heard one thing. When you guys are getting the mic ready before games, I've heard Casey Hanson likes to give a little karaoke show on the mic. He likes singing the songs.
That's good stuff.
We always have music during BP.
Yeah.
Depending on the practice, maybe we'll have it on.
Well, that's a little tough, too, because you got to try to talk over it. Yeah.
They don't understand that. And then sometimes I'd have to go up there and turn it down.
You could just have it like just fade. Just like really just faded music they can just have
I will take it into consideration.
Okay.
Now, they also sometimes criticize my playlist.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's for sure. He's got like some 9-year-old girl playlist.
Like, give us examples.
No.
Give us examples. Of the 9-year-old.
First of all, it has to be appropriate. Second of all, what is a 9-year-old girl playlist?
I don't even know. Like, if
we're not bumping like Barbie girl during practice or something.
It's basically that.
That's funny.
Oh boy, that's gonna be bad. All right, no music during practice.
No music during practice from now on. Number 8, we kind of already went over with Brady playing with Casey. Number 9. So growing up, we went to Bethel Lutheran Church.
Yep.
Hanson's and the Thrones.
We were like half the people there.
Why is it that Bethel Lutheran just turns out great baseball players? The only two all-staters.
It can't be a coincidence.
Only two all-staters. Taylor was first team, all-conference. Matt was second team, I think, a few years in there. And I was also first team.
You didn't strike out?
I struck out once senior year. It was a drop third strike, but I advanced to first. So technically, I never got out.
Oh, my God. Of course
I never
you had to
got
put
out
that
on a
in
strikeout. But yes, that's besides the point. That's just
after I told the whole story. Yes, that's besides the point.
Yes, that's besides the point.
So as I was like running these questions through my parents, my mom said, "Well, the only common denominator is me," and I was like,
"No,
you are not the reason." I was like, "You did not teach us anything."
Well, your mom she leads songs, Sunday school. So I mean, maybe it's Paula's songs.
Hey, and I will say, Casey
players.
turned out to be a great kid, but like some of those church services. You put your mom through a whirlwind.
She's probably gonna love hearing that.
Oh yeah, you were, and it was obviously at the time you and Brady looked like identical. So I'm like, I don't even know which one's which. But
one.
You guys, you had energy, and not that you haven't lost it.
I do remember there were one time we were playing like football out in the yard, and one of you throwing boys threw a football at like the giant stone thing that says Bethel Lutheran Church.
Yeah.
One of you threw it close to that, and I caught the ball and ran into it. Like I remember running past the sidewalk where the touchdown was and not paying attention and just running straight into that thing.
I don't remember, but it does not surprise me.
I think I vaguely remember that, but
because that sidewalk was a perfect touchdown.
Yeah.
Area. Like
it was.
Yeah. It was straight. It crossed almost the whole yard.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was a good area to play outside in. I think we had a lock in there as well once. That was like when Granger went to the church and stuff. We had a nice little crew there.
I
Like
wasn't
Casey
there
was
for
still a
that,
little
I don't
young,
think.
but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's just a little common denominator there. But so we did a little digging this week. We're not going to reveal our sources.
We asked a couple of your friends,
Yep.
a couple people that know you really well.
They claim you are a very picky eater. Is this true, and why?
So, yes, but like it's more of a color and texture thing. Like
Color?
lettuce. Do you guys eat lettuce?
No,
Yeah,
so
yes.
I'm just gonna preface this like I agree with you. I'm a super picky eater.
If there's more than 5 ingredients, he's not touching it.
Yeah, but the color bothers you?
But like pepper, like they don't make a normal pepper color, and I don't know what a normal color of a pepper would
What
be.
is
but, like,
yeah?
they're literally green, orange, yellow, red. Like there's
Whoa.
a
Different
bunch
types of peppers.
Yeah, I got nothing for that.
I also heard
No, but like people
You go.
who eat lettuce, like you might as well walk out to the tree, grab a few leaves.
Oh God Almighty,
stick it in a
no,
bowl.
no.
That's disgusting.
So what
I
is?
agree.
What is? Like, give me your ideal like dinner at home. Your mom's making something. What is she making?
So a lot of times we have like burgers, potatoes, like something like that, corn and beans. Steaks are amazing. Basically anything with meat, potatoes, and like basically like the only vegetables I eat are corn and green beans. So like anything with that, like
Interesting.
Which is interesting. That's added one because Caleb said Casey does not eat vegetables besides
is-
corn.
I do
Okay.
eat
Besides
green.
corn.
Does he green
Green
beans?
beans.
I'll give you that. Green beans are good.
They also said that they made something for you one time. I can't remember what it was. Didn't tell you what it was.
was a
You tried
sandwich
it.
or something.
Oh, you really liked it. It's really good. And then they told you what was in it. And then all of a sudden you didn't like it anymore.
Okay, so I think they're talking about we had a football potluck before like a Thursday before the game, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There were like these little red pepper things. Like it's literally like the outside of the pepper. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but like they don't taste like anything, and you can't see them in like taco meat, and like
Okay.
I ate like 2 tacos and I was full. I go up and get another one because like sometimes you feel like you can eat more. I took like 1 bite. They told me what was in it, and I never ate it again. And I was like, dude, I'm full. Like,
Okay, so he was full, and it wasn't because he got
Yes.
the
But he
ingredients
was still
revealed.
going to get another taco.
That's true. So he's trying to cover up his tracks here?
Yeah.
Is he claiming, oh, I just ate a
No.
lot?
It's
no,
hilarious.
like actually, like I was full and like I didn't care that there were little red things in there because there's sometimes like there'll be like little green things and something, and it's too much of a hassle to take them all off than it would be for me to just like eat it.
Eat it and get through it. Okay. I mean, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as Caleb made it sound.
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We were asking Caleb Bennett.
But
and
like when I
Mason.
go to like McDonald's or something and I get like a burger, plain.
Hey, I agree. I'll get
So
only ketchup. But,
cheese and ketchup.
Oh yeah.
Just
but
yeah.
besides that, hey, I'm in the same boat
No,
with you there,
nothing
man.
else.
Yeah, no, that's what I ordered for my 8-year-old. So
And your 8-year-old's like the biggest 8-year-old on planet Earth.
I mean,
so
true, fair point.
He's freaking huge. Anyways, the last question of the rapid fire round. Before
Be honest.
Before we get to our not anonymous, but
To everybody else, it is.
yes, our anonymous draft. If we were to wrestle you individually, how long would it take before you got pinned? But you can also change the question and say how long till we get pinned.
Let's be realistic.
You never know.
So, like, if I wrestled you guys individually,
Yep. You versus Zach.
I
you
weigh
versus
290. This guy's probably like 350.
Jesus.
I'm just kidding. What are you like?
270, 265,
270?
somewhere around there.
265.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
He's a little
geez,
bit lower than what he
like,
was
you
before.
guys would definitely have a weight advantage on me. So, like, if I got underneath you, it'd be a lot easier. But, like, I don't know. I've wrestled, like, Braden Lindemann. I'd shoot, like, an outside sweep, and I'm just, like, too quick. Like, he's 220. So, like, I'd shoot, like, an outside single. He was just, like, too slow for me to, like, stop me. So, I don't know. But I definitely
here's
feel
where
like
here's where my thing would come in. I'll just go grab him and see what happens.
But like his game plan, would your game plan have to be just try to be quick, score a quick point, like, you know, or 2 points for a takedown, then let us up, do it again type thing?
No, I would definitely
Stay on top?
stay on top of you and like bear hug you guys. Just yeah.
If he went with the DeSanto sometimes where they just keep taking him down, I might get tired in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, you might die of freaking heat exhaustion
Yes.
or something, especially if you do it in
I'm gonna tap out.
Brandenburg's practice room where it's 87 degrees.
God.
Yeah, I
I'm
would
gonna quit
definitely
walking
turn the
in.
heat up. I would definitely turn the heat up, and I would make it like a singlets practice. So you like, I would definitely like you guys would look like turds in
That's
singlets.
tough. That's tough. That like you just come in, you know, oh man, it's really hot. This sucks, but I'm wearing a singlet. Self confidence up here, just right down there, right as you walk in.
Done.
When you get the first look from somebody and they start smirking and laughing at you, your self confidence is right down there.
I'm pinned already.
I'm pinned. I'm mentally pinned.
Yes.
Casey's got the strat right now.
Yeah,
He's
okay. That question's done.
I do also. I wrestle Slade sometimes, and obviously he's
That is
big
not
dude.
fun.
There's nothing I can do. Obviously, I don't know what I'm
No.
doing. I'm not a wrestler, and I weigh more than him.
I did, and that
can't
was
do
like
anything.
his junior year. So like 5 years ago already, and that hurt back then.
And he was like
Yeah.
195, 200
Yeah.
pounds.
Yeah.
He comes into the room and like he goes easy like with me and Elijah, but like he still pushes the pace and stuff, and like yeah, he'll just like club me, and I'll be like, whoa, like he's just got like paws, and they just yeah.
It's weird to explain because like he's strong in the weight room, but it's not like unbelievably strong.
Right.
But like his clenched strength and like when he is
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to put legs in,
His hands are strong.
So
it's just
one
that it's a
thing
different
about-
type of strength.
That's one thing about wrestling that's so much different. Like, you can I'll go out on the mat a lot of times with like kids that are like look strong, and then they grab me, and it's like, what have you been doing in the weight room?
So lightweight, high reps, just gain muscle mass.
Tone.
They're not pushing
Tone
weight.
it.
They're not pushing weight like Casey Hanson.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny.
like,
That is hilarious.
There's just a difference. Like, I feel like honestly, wrestling is so much better. Like, if you got a guy who can really latch onto your arm and not let go, that's so much better than a guy who like thinks he's really strong and lifts weights, and like he goes out there and he can't hold on to you or something like that. Like,
For sure. I agree. I mean, even with football, like there's weight room strong and there's like on field strong. And that's the same,
Yeah.
like even
Yeah.
there's track fast or football fast. Some guys just move faster with pads on than they do, you know, when they're running a 40 time or something.
Right, exactly.
It's kind of just all about how you perform on the field or mat or court. And obviously you want to improve those by, you know, improving your speed, improving your strength in those facets. But some guys just have it. Like they have strength in various ways that you can train, but not necessarily you're going to make huge gains in. It's
Right,
more
exactly.
like innate.
Exactly.
yeah.
All right, well, that concludes the rapid fire round.
The rapid fire.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not really rapid.
It wasn't too rapid.
anymore,
No,
but that's okay.
We call it like the slow
Now we're
round
gonna
or
get into
something.
our snake draft, and this week's topic is country artists.
Country artists. I came up with it because I know, Casey, I'm pretty sure you're a big country fan, correct?
Yeah.
And
It's male or female,
I
just
will-
country artists in general.
So before people crucify me for who I pick, and they're going to crucify me for saying this, I'm not a huge country fan.
He's
I
not.
like a couple songs here and there.
He's not. Zach dubbed himself the winner last week, so I need to rebound. Casey, you're going to go first. It'll go Casey, Zach, myself. I'll get 2. It'll go back to you, and then you'll get 2, and then like that.
All right. This is gonna be bad. I'm horrible with like artists and stuff. Like I know a lot of songs, like country songs. I don't know
Who sings them.
at all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe you can say the song if you don't know the artist,
And we'll try
then
to help
try
you.
to figure out the artist.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look up a
we'll see.
list because I don't even
No.
know if I can name 15 country
I
artists.
have a strategy. I know he's not going to name them. Not sure if you'll take one of them or not. If neither of you take the 2 I'm going to take, I win in the first 2 picks.
Oh,
And I'll just say, oh, yes.
That's really cool. Okay, we'll see.
Trust me.
We'll see.
All right. Yeah, get your list out because you couldn't even
I'm
name
looking-
one off the top of your
Top
head.
15 country artists.
15? Hoofda. All right,
We have
Case, you
15
got one?
people to pick.
one of the top 15.
Oh,
Or just-
your first
your
pick.
first pick overall.
Who would you take?
Who's your number 1?
Yeah.
But remember, you got to play to the crowd, too.
Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good pick.
Wasn't one of mine, though, so we're good.
That's like one of the 2.
and I'm good.
I was
Oh,
gonna
but he's
pick.
looking them up now, too.
No, but I already.
All right.
This is the one that I wanted. If I had the number 1 overall pick, and I'm gonna pick Luke Combs.
Yep, knew it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. You know, big guys got to stay together. You know, Luke Combs, a big guy. I'm a big guy.
Well, guess
We gotta
what?
support
Should we
each other.
quit now? Because I just
Oh,
won.
you're gonna pick. Oh, are we including groups? We should. We should include
We should,
groups.
but that doesn't affect me.
Okay, just trying to.
George Strait.
What is everybody like 55? Listen to this.
Dude, you have no idea how many people
I've just heard the
love-
name. I just
love
know he's
George
old.
Strait.
Yeah, I know
Next
he's
one.
older.
Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks. I've heard he's an amazing performer. I heard he's like one of the best performers.
I won.
Like, to a concert.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We'll see.
Go ask your mom right now.
We'll see. We'll see.
I
We'll
won.
see at the end of this.
All right, Zach, you're up again.
I'm up again. I did not think this far. So I have a couple options just based on like how people have talked about them. And I'll say the 2 that I'm gonna pick that I am thinking about picking. Thomas Rhett and Jason Aldean. I hear people talk about them all the time. I don't listen to their music, so I'm gonna pick.
I feel like there's a obvious one that you should take out of those 2.
Okay, I'm going to take Jason Aldean.
They took it. Okay.
Let's go.
I was waiting for you to be like, Ed, he took the wrong one. All right, that's a good top 2. Let's see. Now you get 2 picks,
You get 2
Casey.
straight picks. Yep.
So, you guys know the man just died that I think it was last year. Kenny Rogers.
Yeah,
That's a throwback.
Kenny Rogers.
that's a good one, Case. Yeah. Okay.
So you got to know when to hold them. Know when to fold them.
So do I get 2
You
picks
get
or just
you get one more now.
When to
Yep.
walk away. I'll walk
Okay.
away. Know when to run.
So you said Thomas Rhett, so I can't pick him then?
No,
No,
I did not pick him. I picked Aldean. Rhett is still on the table.
Okay. I'll pick Thomas Rhett then.
Thomas Rhett.
'Kay.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
Should have just been like, nope, yep, I actually called him, so you cannot pick him yet.
Because I dibsed
I'm
him.
taking him
I-
next.
I dibsed him in the round before. I'm questioning whether to go with. I think he's a pretty modern guy. Like he's kind of blown up just in the past couple years, and he's probably like still growing.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Kane Brown.
I do like him.
He's like on the rise type guy. You know,
I do like him.
Younger guy. From what I know,
Yeah.
I've heard. I like a couple of his songs. I'll go with him.
Take 2. There, you took Aldean.
I mean, you already won the draft, so why?
I
do you-
did.
why do you
I just, but
question
I,
so hard?
but I
You might as
have-
well just take any
But here's the
random
thing.
too.
But I have to crush you. I'm not just winning.
Oh,
I'm
here
trying
we
to
go. Yeah.
Crush
Okay.
you.
Yep.
There's one that I'm forgetting.
Wagon wheel.
Not taking it. No. Let's go. We'll go Luke Bryan.
Luke Bryan. Okay.
And then
Okay. Why? Because you like American Idol?
no.
Just trying to make a connection.
Oh. Pfft. First female, Carrie Underwood.
Ooh, I didn't even. I like me some
That's a
Carrie.
good one. That's a,
Yep.
I like me some Carrie.
American Idol too. That's what she debuted on.
Yeah, that's right.
a long time ago.
I'm trying to decide whether I want to go with somebody I like, or maybe try to play to the, kind of the people listening here, so they can maybe pick my team.
Let's be honest.
Guys.
Are you
There's
just
kinda three
talking
guys.
smart? Because does that matter who you're gonna pick next? Like, do you know which one is gonna do what?
I mean, there's 3 guys, kind of older, more established. Have
Okay.
no idea who to pick out of them.
Okay.
So I'm going to pick Keith Urban.
Okay. Yeah.
Going with Keith Urban.
That's a good one.
I can't name a song by Keith Urban, but
I
He's
don't
on
listen
the
to
list.
any of his.
he's number 14 on this list.
Wasn't there like a Blue Eyes one or something? Or something with colored eyes. Anyways.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, Casey,
All right.
you get 2 straight picks.
You got to
These-
finish off your team right
Yep,
now.
This is your 4th and 5th pick.
All right, I'm going with another girl.
Okay.
I know who it is.
Old one, Dolly Parton.
Oh,
Parton.
wow. No,
was
I
not
did not
expecting
think that. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Dolly Parton.
And then last one.
Yep.
I'm not really sure whether to go with like a Blake Shelton or Tim McGraw.
Those were the other 2 that I was deciding with Keith Urban.
I think I might go with Tim McGraw though.
Yep. I tried to sneak him in the back door and it did not work.
So, I mean, you might just pick his other one. Because I'm going to go with 2 guys that I like. Their group. I like Dan and Shay.
They're good.
Oh
They're
my
good.
God.
I like them a lot.
I hate those guys.
Really? They make great music. Better than half the people on this list.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
Jeez.
Country.
Come on now.
Country.
Yeah, no.
Not a big country guy. I don't know why. So
I
the
don't
last
know.
pick in the draft
What's the
comes
cherry
down
on
to
the top
Chris
here?
Throne.
What is the cherry
He
on
thinks
the
he
top?
already won, but I bet you people say that I won. I don't even listen to country music. Oh, he's thinking.
I can picture and I can't think of the name.
Oh, he is thinking. Let's see. He put his hand to his face. He's still thinking. He wiped his
okay,
nose.
can I
like
get
COVID.
some help here? You're not any help. Casey,
He's thinking about it. He's talking. to
older lady, red hair.
Casey. Reba McEntire.
There you go.
Dude, come on! I don't even listen to country music.
Sorry,
and I knew that.
I had a brain
And I knew that.
Okay. All right.
Come on.
So, for those of you listening, the recap. Casey's is Morgan Wallen, Kenny Rogers, Thomas Rhett, Dolly Parton, and Tim McGraw.
Here's the winning
That's a
team
strong
next.
lineup.
That
That
is a
is a
very
strong-
strong
it's-
lineup.
it's
You
a strong lineup.
you also have all the age groups covered.
That's
Essentially.
true. You've covered a lot of demographics there.
Zach's,
here
Luke
we go.
Combs,
Woohoo!
Jason Aldean,
Oh, I love Jason Aldean.
Kane Brown,
Kane Brown.
Keith Urban, Dan and Shay.
Let's go, man.
My team,
When I taste tequila.
George
Keep going. Come on. I got to chime in somehow.
George Strait, Garth Brooks, Luke Bryan, Carrie Underwood, Reba McEntire. I think you lost.
No. So make
my
sure.
team definitely won there.
Think so?
Oh, that's tough.
So when you guys are
Here's the
listening to
problem.
this.
We need a vote on this one because it's not like the
I've got
basketball
okay.
one.
Yeah.
Hold on. I literally have like 3 or 4 legends in my lineup there.
I have
But-
George Strait, Garth Brooks, and Reba McEntire. That's 3. And then Carrie Underwood and Luke Bryan on top.
But it's all about, the people that listen, their age group, what style they like, stuff like that.
Okay,
That's why my team.
Morgan
my
Wallen.
team might win.
Morgan Wallen's got. You can basically count him as a legend right now.
Yeah.
He's in a little bit of hot water right now.
It's been a while.
It's still a good pick.
Been a
you
while.
can't knock it.
That was my.
Your Luke Combs pick.
I was gonna
This
just
is the
pick
best one.
one of the Morgan Wallen or Luke Combs between whoever Casey would take.
Yeah. No, you guys definitely covered the more younger crowd. But anybody who is a country fan.
Oh, don't pull that card. Don't pull that card. Don't pull that card. They can be a country fan if they want. If they don't like George Strait and Garth Brooks, they can be. The only way they're a country fan is if they like Luke Combs, Jason Aldean, Kane Brown, Keith Urban, and Dan Shay.
Was I allowed to combine? No, you took Tim McGraw. Let's say you should have combined Tim and Faith. Made it a duo.
Yeah.
That would have been smart on your
I don't know
part.
who Faith is, but
Faith Hill.
she sounds cool. Yeah,
She
that's my
sounds cool.
my lack of country
He
knowledge.
sounds good.
But so guys, as you're listening to this, the teams. You want to read it off one more time?
Yep.
So they can get it.
Casey, Morgan Wallen, Kenny Rogers, Thomas Rhett, Dolly Parton, Tim McGraw, Zach, Luke Combs, Jason Aldean, Kane Brown, Keith Urban, Dan and Shay, me, George Strait, Garth Brooks, Luke Bryan, Carrie Underwood, Reba McIntyre.
So whoever you guys thought won, you can tweet at our Twitter account at Game by Thrones LM. Casey thinks he won.
Casey
He put up
thinks he's
number
got
one.
it.
I don't know about
did.
that.
Comment on
I don't know about
YouTube.
that. Comment on YouTube who won. You can even text us or Snapchat us.
And
Should we make like
FYI,
a Twitter poll? We should maybe make. Like
We could make a Twitter poll. But also, we are on Spotify now.
We'll have this on Spotify.
Apple Podcasts just said approved
Hey,
today.
hey,
It's-
hold on.
What's up?
Why don't you guys just go to the Spotify like top 15 country artists? Because definitely 5 out of my 5 are on there. So
You think you're 5 for 5?
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and say
My guys is dead.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Dolly Parton's not on there right now.
Yeah, probably not right
okay,
now.
no, she's not. But
She's considered a
she would
legend.
be.
She's on Hannah Montana. She was really.
Anyways, Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Apple Podcasts
should be
uh,
soon. If
I
it's
think
not
they said it's submitted. They still have to
a few
check
hours
it.
or something.
Yeah,
It will be at some point.
But Spotify, we're good. YouTube, we're putting it on there. We might put it on Facebook as well. So if you're watching this on Facebook,
You can comment
Hello.
again. And then honestly, we said we didn't want to. Not that we didn't want to. That we didn't think this one would be as long. But this has been awesome.
this has been awesome.
This has been great.
We've been going
This has
for
been great.
around hour 25.
Yep.
This has been a good conversation. And before we go, Chris wrote up a little something. I did an outro thing for Coach Minky, but Chris wrote this one about you, Casey. So here's Chris's words.
So I think I speak for every coach in saying that you are one of the best athletes that we have coached, both talent-wise and as a person. I have enjoyed coaching you for every year of your high school baseball career between JV and varsity. It has been fun watching you grow as a person and a baseball player. You bring a lot of fun and competitiveness to the team, which I am sure you do for every sport that you play. You have set the example for how athletes should be. We hope you have a very successful golf season and bring that success into baseball. And once again, thank you for joining the podcast. This has been a great time.
Hey, we wish you luck in the golf and baseball season. Last season's left, man. Make it count.
Absolutely. If you need any tips, like golf game wise, I'm free most of the time after
So am
4
I.
o'clock.
So am I.
No, but for real,
Yep.
I know you guys missed it last year, so let's take that frustration out on whoever you play this year.
Yeah.
And,
Hopefully we're not down at the state tournament this year.
That'd be awesome.
And let's try to repeat.
Let's try to repeat.
Baseball.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind that.
Let's do it.
But hey, thanks for coming on, Casey. Thanks for listening to this podcast, guys. And this has been Game by Thrones, episode 2 with
Episode
Casey
2.
Hanson. Thanks for listening, everybody.
See ya.
Yep, see ya.